Janelle here. All right, y'all. I'm here with my UFC Fight Night Vegas 34. I'm pretty sure it's 34. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. It's happening this Saturday. I believe it's at 7 p.m., but y'all go ahead and check the times because I did not check before I started this video. Right now, there's 6 fights on the main card, so I'm going to go ahead and do those predictions. If they do add additional fights or fights drop out, I will be sure this time to at least check the day before to see if I have to make any additional picks. And just in case I do, you have to follow me everywhere. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and all of that to get my additional picks, any renegs, and just any additional information that I don't have here on this one platform. And since we're talking about it, go ahead and please subscribe, like the video, share, hit the notification buttons, go ahead and comment, and all of that. Let's go ahead and get this started. Thank you for all of the support. Now, so for right now, I'm choosing Trevin Jones to beat Said Yokab Kakromanov. I'm choosing Brandon Royval to beat Alexandre Pantoja. And I actually know how to say his name, but just that first name messed me up so much. Now, this was one that I'm going to have to do some additional research on because Brandon actually hasn't fought in a year. So I need to know why that is. Someone let me know if you know why that is. Has there been an injury? If there is, I need to see what it is. If he comes back, so I'm probably have to look at some footage there. This is going to be a close fight anyway. The flyweight division, those rankings there are probably the closest for me as far as like, a lot of them are pretty equal and their skill level all very high. So I'm looking forward to this fight. And again, this would be the fight that I would have to see, look at any additional information because he has been out for a year. But I'm actually looking forward to this one. I think this is going to be a great fight here, a possible fight of the night. So for now, Brandon Royval. Next up, I'm choosing Vince Pichel to beat Austin Hubbard. I'm choosing Chase Sherman to beat Parker Porter. This is another one that I'm kind of going back and forth on. I'm going to have to see how they look on the weigh-ins and all of that. I'm choosing Mark O. Madsen, co-main event, Mark O. Madsen to beat Clay Guida. This is another one I'm going back and forth on because whenever I count Clay Guida out, he always still there, looking pretty good, got that fight in him. He's got that willpower. So you may beat him for the first round. You might beat him for the first round in the first minute in the second round, but can you actually beat him for all 3 rounds? He might put you out. He's just got that will, and physically he still seems to be there. So again, that's another one, but I'm gonna have to look at some footage. Let me know if there's any information I need to know about that. Marco Madsen, he is 10-0, so yeah, so either way, I'm choosing Madsen right now, but going back and forth on this one too. I think this is one of those little sneaky sleeper cards where the names aren't as big, but the matchups are good. I think it's going to be a very good card. Now, main event, and this is a very important fight. The winner here will probably start barking for the next title shot or possibly even just go ahead and get it depending on who it is. We are seeing Jared Cannonier. I believe he is ranked number 2 or 3. I believe it's number 3 actually, but someone correct me if I'm wrong there, against Kelvin Gastelum, who seems to finally get back on the right track there. Jared is just longer than him in every way. He's a bit taller than him, but he's like 6-inch reach advantage on the hands, and he's got about a 2 to 3 inch reach advantage with the feet as well. And I think this is going to matter in this fight because I do believe that he's going to have more diversity in his striking. Kelvin has good striking as well, but he has shown not to be good with range, quite frankly. He doesn't seem to have the movement, the footwork to be able to get in and out and really handle somebody who has that type of a reach advantage. Jared doesn't particularly fight long, but he does use his range. I wouldn't say that he's the best at utilizing it, but he does know how to use it, and just naturally as a stand-up fighter, I think it will come into play here. So I think he's going to have more tools on the feet, and I would say he would probably want to keep this on the feet. Kelvin probably has more one-punch knockout power, but Jared has power as well. Kelvin's not going to want to take too many shots from Jared Cannonier, so either way, they both have power. Kicks as well. I think that Jared's probably going to have better kicks. He's got underrated wrestling, but I think Kelvin's going to be the better wrestler, so Kelvin's going to have to find a way to get inside of that range, which he has proven to have a difficulty with, and get him on the ground, and then be smart about it. Hold him down, weigh his energy out. You have 5 rounds here. Work the long game for Kelvin, ground and pound, and you do have that one-punch knockout power, but I think you might knock him out on the ground more so than the feet because again, you don't necessarily have the jab and all of that to set up that thing, set up those shots, those one-punch knockout power shots when you have this disadvantage with the reach. So I think you're gonna have to get close to him. You're gonna have to take him down, which is of course easier said than done. And then when you get there, take your time, soften him up. Make sure you secure it. Was it position over submission? Maybe make sure you secure that position and really soften him up and try to drag him into the later rounds and finish him there, possibly on the ground. Or you draw him out and it gets easier to knock him out on the feet as well. With Jared, again, use that length. Keep this standing. If you do get taken down, pop back up. I think you can beat him standing up. And I do think you have enough wrestling to avoid the ground. I'm picking Jared Cannonier, not only because I think he's going to win on paper, and not to say that Kelvin's, no slouch, but I do think he has more tools. I think he's a bit faster and a bit more athletically dynamic, and he seems to be able to make adjustments quicker and better than Kelvin has of lately. I don't have as much faith in Kelvin as I used to. I have to say that. So if he wins this, we'll see what happens, right? Right. So also, it's the fresh fight, just in case Izzy does beat Bobby Knuckles. I don't know what's happening with that fight. Someone let me know. Heard it was not going to happen, not going to happen. Someone let me know what was happening there. So if Jared were to win this fight, it would be a fresh fight with Izzy, and I actually do want to see that happen. So picking Jared Cannonier. Now, real quick, I just want to talk real quick. You probably heard that Kat Zingano, she's the ex-UFC fighter. She now fights for Bellator, doing well there as well. She is suing Halle Berry, of course, that's the actress Halle Berry, for the movie Bruised, which should be coming out in November on Netflix. It already debuted in the Toronto Film Festival, I believe. And apparently it's pretty good. That's the movie that Valentina Shevchenko is in. So that's the reason why she had to dye her hair red, and I think she's the villain, so we'll see there. Just real quick on the movie, real quick. So Halle Berry's not only starring in it, but she actually directed it, and this is her directorial debut. And if you've seen the John Wick series, you saw what old girl's been doing, what she's been up to lately. And if you follow Chris Cyborg, so she started training with her like 4 or 5 years ago. So I already saw that Halle Berry seemed to be getting into MMA. And then of course, when you saw John Wick 3 and her role in John Wick 3 and all that she did there, so physical, you're like, wow. Then you see this movie coming to us. So I think it's awesome that a star the size of Halle Berry has entrenched herself in MMA to a point where not only is she not just playing these characters on film and doing enough, but she seems to love the sport. She seems to be loving picking up these skills and doing as much as she can at 50 years old. I think she's 51 now, by the way, looking amazing. So I think that she is helping expand MMA, which of course is new to mainstream. It can, quite frankly, use all the help it could get to expand it to a wider audience. Halle Berry fans, I don't think are the normal, typical MMA fans, right? Right. So I just think that's amazing how she's really taken to it and what she's doing for the sport, and that she's putting all these ladies on. Like I said, Valentina in the movies is going to be amazing. So I just wanted to lay all of that out first. So what's happening with Kat Zingano? According to her, this is in TMZ article as well, she says that she had a part in the role, that she apparently even spoken to Halle Berry and the people over there, and that when it came up to the scheduling as far as the filming, that she had to pick between that, because Halle Berry said, make sure your UFC schedule is clear due to insurance purposes. We can't have you fighting, get injured, and then try to put you in this fight, in this movie, and such. So you had to have the UFC schedule cleared. Unfortunately, the filming matched up with a fight that she's supposed to take, that she said if she won, she would have gotten a title shot, but when she left, she was 1-4. I am not sure that is true, but that's what the article says. So y'all let me know information on that. I don't think she was up for a title shot, but that's what she says. And she said she turned down that fight to go ahead and be in this movie because it's the opportunity of a lifetime. The UFC cut her for that, and then the movie said, we're not going to have you in this movie because we only want UFC fights in the movie, which does irk me a little bit, because I'm a fan of MMA as a whole, which is why I always support the other brands, the Bellators, the Ones, and all of that, because they need competition. We need to spread the sport of MMA. Fighters need to have leverage in order to make more money, to have more opportunities, more stars, more brands, the whole nine. So it does suck that they only wanted UFC fighters in the movie. I will say that, especially since she's fighting for Bellator, which is a solid number 2 as far as known, right? So that sucks. But so that's what happened. So I just wanted to know your guys' thoughts on that whole thing, and here are my thoughts. First off, if you did turn down a possible fight for a title shot, I don't think that's true. But if that is true, I'm not sure you should have turned down that fight for the movie. You could always possibly get other movie roles. There are a lot of fighters now going into the industry. We just saw Francis Ngannou in the last Fast Furious movie. So there's going to be more opportunities for that. So I wouldn't have turned that down. However, again, I don't believe... Anyway, don't believe she was up for a title shot. If you weren't up for a title shot, I would have taken the movie. But again, it depends on that. Is there anything in writing? Is there an email? Has there anything signed that says that you were guaranteed the role, that says that you had to be a UFC fighter? Was that made clear? Also, she says that the Halle Berry team and all of that have not gotten back to her, and the Halle Berry team in the movie and all of that have not made any official statements. So if there's anything down in writing, she's saying she's suing on a promise of a job or something like that. So she missed out on opportunities due to a promise of an opportunity. If she has anything in writing to back that up, there probably is a case there. Halle Berry has enough money that I imagine she could probably afford the lawsuit. But again, that's if there should be a lawsuit. We got to have more information here. So that's it. Let's go ahead and cut this video short. And I think it was even longer than I planned on talking about, because you all know me, I'm long-winded. But anyway, like I already said, give me your thoughts, of course, on UFC Fight Night 34, your picks, predictions, any updated information. And give me your thoughts, of course, on this Cat Zingano suing Halle Berry for a missed opportunity in the movie and losing, apparently getting cut from the UFC because of it and all of that mess. So go ahead and subscribe, like, talk to me, take care. Goodbye.